You've been looking for a villain your whole life, someone to blame, someone to point at, someone to hate, someone to explain why things are the way they are. And I get it, it feels good to have an enemy. It gives you direction, it gives you purpose, it gives you someone to fight. But let me tell you who the true villain is. It is not the person who hurt you, it is not the system that failed you, it is not the ones in power, it is not your parents, it is not your ex, it is not the people who don't understand you. The true villain is the part of you that would rather stay asleep than wake up. The true villain is the part of you that knows the truth and looks away, that feels the chain and pretends it's comfortable, that sees the door and decides it's easier to stay inside. The true villain is the voice that tells you that you have no choice, that it's too late, that you're not strong enough, that you're not ready, that you don't deserve more. And that voice is not the enemy. The enemy is the part of you that believes it, the part that takes that voice and builds a life around it, the part that repeats it until it becomes your reality. The true villain is the comfort you refuse to leave, the addiction you refuse to name, the boundary you refuse to set, the conversation you refuse to have, the apology you refuse to give, the forgiveness you refuse to offer to yourself. The true villain is the fear that keeps you small, the fear of being seen, the fear of failing, the fear of succeeding and finding out it doesn't fix you, the fear of being free, because if you are truly free, you have no one left to blame. And that is the scariest thing of all. The true villain is the shame that tells you that you are broken, that you are not enough, that if people really knew you, they would leave. That shame is the chain, and it is the strongest chain there is because it convinces you that the cage is safety. It is not, it is a slow death. The true villain is the pride that keeps you from asking for help, the anger that keeps you from letting go, the hurt that keeps you from trying again, the certainty that you already know everything you need to know. The true villain is the part of you that would rather be right than free, that would be that would rather win the argument than live the truth, that would rather prove your point than change your life. The true villain is not the one who tempts you, it is the one who shows you the door and watches you choose to stay. And that one is you. Every time you blame, every time you deflect, every time you choose the familiar cage over the unknown field, every time you tell yourself you'll change tomorrow, every time you know the truth and look away, that is the villain. And the one who can defeat it is the same one, the part of you that finally stops looking away, the part of you that finally says enough, the part of you that looks at the chain, sees it for what it is, and decides today, not tomorrow, not when you're ready, not when it's easier, today. The villain is the villain is the sleep, the hero is the waking, and you are standing at the edge of both. So who is the true villain? Look in the mirror. You already know the answer. The question is, what are you going to do about it?